this specimen. What is the specimen?
Spleen.
Spleen. Okay. Spleen and liver. If you get these specimens, a specimen of spleen and liver, you will always get the injury. Injury of the liver or injury of the spleen. Nothing other will come in your examination. Then this is a specimen of spleen, and you can see the tears on the surface of the spleen. There are multiple tears. This is the splenic injury. And then you will be asked to write many questions on splenic injury, such as what are the types of the splenic injury, what are the clinical features, what are the modes of presentation, what are the treatment option, etc., will be asked. Then look at this specimen. What is this? This is also spleen. You see the color and the shape of the organ. This is also spleen, and you see the color. Liver is, you have seen liver. Liver is more red in color. Spleen is somehow bluish in color. This is the color of the spleen. And you see the injury. This is actually the hilum of the spleen, and these are the injuries. This is also a spleen. You see the shape and the color. This is also a splenic injury. And what is this?
Spleen.
Do you think so? It is a spleen? Look at the shape.
Colon.
Not colon. Why it is colon? Colon. Yeah, it is liver. See. Look at this specimen. It is liver. The right lobe of the liver, the left lobe of the liver, and the injury. This is also liver, liver, liver. Therefore, you have to identify the specimen first. If it is spleen or liver, diagnosis will be undoubtedly the injury to the liver or injury to the spleen. Splenic injury in your examination, it is more common than the liver injury. I have not yet seen a portion on liver injury, but rupture spleen, tear in the spleen or splenic injury is more common. And now come to this specimen. What is this? Can anyone say what is the specimen? Basal cell carcinoma. Okay. Than I expected. Actually, this is a limb. This is a limb, and there is a growth on on the skin. You can say this, that there is a growth on the skin. Basal cell carcinoma, it is an eroding malignancy with rolled up margin. Squamous cell carcinoma, it is a everted, somehow cauliflower-like growth. And in basal cell carcinoma, you will find very definite outline of the growth. And remember, most of the basal cell carcinoma are above the level of the line joining the ear lobule to the angle of the mouth. Most of the basal cell carcinoma are above this line. In case of squamous cell carcinoma, here also you see it is probably squamous cell carcinoma. And it is in the hand. Of course, the site is not a you see the difference between basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma. This is basal cell carcinoma, and this is squamous cell carcinoma. And the malignant melanoma. Malignant melanoma should be black. Malignant melanoma should be always black, but of course, sometimes basal cell carcinoma may be black. This is a specimen of basal cell carcinoma. You see the above picture and you compare. This is a case of basal cell carcinoma. This is again a basal cell carcinoma. You see the shape and the margin. Very good. Well-defined margin and shape. Then this is the basal cell carcinoma. This is the squamous cell carcinoma. In most of the squamous cell carcinoma, you will get an ulcer. Again, the squamous cell carcinoma and basal cell carcinoma. What is this? There is an ulcer. It is probably squamous cell carcinoma. Okay, this is all about the specimen. Do you have any question of any specimen? Do you have any questions? No. Yes?
No, sir.
No. Now come to the instrument. What is the name of this instrument? Can anyone?
Towel clip.
Towel clip. Okay. It is a towel clip. What is the use of this specimen? What is the use of towel clip?
During draping, towel clip is used to fix the draping cloth.
Yeah, that is the main use, fixing the draping sheets. That is the main use. And is there any other use? Can we fix anything else? We use many instruments in the operation, particularly cable-like things, such as sucker tube, diathermic cable. In laparoscopy, there is camera, then there is inflation tube, etc. We can fix all these things to the draping sheet. We can fix this extension, such as diathermic cable or sucker tube or camera cable or insufflation tube, etc. We can fix all these things to the draping sheet. Then its main use is fixing of the draping sheets, but it is also used any other tubes to fix with the draping sheets. Can it be used anywhere else? You see, there is a prong at the front of this instrument. With these prongs, we can fix many things. What else we can fix with these things? Suppose you are dealing with a fractured bone and a small piece of bone, very small piece of bone, which you cannot hold by your hand. You can fix it with this. In injury to the thorax, we can hold the rib and pull it out. And in case of fallback of the tongue, we can hold the tongue and pull it outwards. There are many other uses, but these are the things for which this instrument is commonly used. Then we can hold a small piece of bone for its fixation. We can elevate the rib in fractured ribs, or we can elevate the tongue during tongue fallback. Then these are the use. Then what are the use? Again, the primary use is fixing of the draping sheets. Then we can also fix the sucker tube, the diathermic cable, or other endoscopical cables, sheet, tubes, etc. to the sheet. And secondarily, we can use this to hold a small piece of bone, to elevate the rib, to elevate the tongue, and many other things. And what is this? This is also one type of towel clip. Here is the prong. And when we press here, these prongs opens up. And the use is same as the previous one. Just it is a different type of towel clip. That one is the more common type, but this type of towel clip is also available with a different name. Then what are they used? To fix the draw sheets after draping, to fix suction tube, diathermy cables, laparoscopic camera cables, light cable, etc. May be used to hold tongue, to hold ribs, to hold a small piece of bone, etc. Then how it is sterilized? It is sterilized by autoclaving. This question is frequently given in your examination, how the instruments is sterilized. Remember, almost all the instrument except which has a sharp cutting edge, those are sterilized by autoclaving. Only those which have got a sharp cutting edge, those are sterilized chemically, either by Sidex or by Lysol, etc. Nowadays, it is more common to use Sidex or ethylene oxide. Then the laparoscopic instrument are also sterilized by the Sidex. Those are not autoclaved. Usually these three types of instrument you have to remember. And what is this instrument?
Swab holding forceps.
Yeah, swab holding forceps. It is swab holding forceps or sponge holding forceps. What is the primary use? What is the use of this instrument?
So to hold the swab to clean the area during operation.
Yeah, and not during operation, prior to operation. Okay, we can hold the swab or sponge for painting before operation, prior to operation. Then what else we can do with it? Hold gallbladder, hold the fundus of the gallbladder. Hold the fundus of the gallbladder. Yeah, fine. What else we can do? During open gallbladder operation, we can hold the fundus and the Hartmann pouch of the gallbladder. We can hold the gallbladder. During appendicectomy operation, we can hold the cecum. During cesarean section operation, we can hold the cut margins of the uterus. After cesarean section operation, the uterus is cut and there is huge bleeding from the cut margin of the uterus, and we can hold with this forceps. Okay. Can we, and we can also use as an tongue forceps like towel clip to elevate the tongue in case of tongue fallback. Okay. Any other ordinary use? We can paint the area. Okay, that is the primary use. We can also use it as an alternative to the towel clip. We can fix the towel. We can fix the cables, tubes, etc. to the towels with this instrument. Then it is swab or sponge holding forceps. To hold swab for cleansing of skin, to hold a mop, a deep bleeding area for visualization and hemostasis, to swab an abscess cavity, to hold fundus and Hartmann pouch of the gallbladder, cecum in appendicectomy, cut margins of the uterus. As an alternative to the tongue holding forceps, cord clamp. This is also an use in case of delivery, either vaginal delivery or cesarean section, we can hold the umbilical cord. We can use this to clamp. We can use other instrument. We can use the artery forceps, Cocker forceps, or this one. This is sterilized by autoclaving. Okay, what is this instrument?
BP blade.
BP
Blade
holder.
holder.
This
BP
is not
blade
the
holder.
blade. It is holder. What is BP?
Burt Parker.
Bart Parker. It is Bart Parker. Then BP, it is not holder, it is handle. Then BP handle. There is one BP handle and one BP knife or blade. Sorry, BP blade. And this BP blade and BP handle, these together constitute the BP knife. This is BP handle. See the instrument. This is a broad end for holding with the fingers, and there is a narrow end. This is to fix with the blade. The BP blade is fixed here with this area. Then this narrow end is to fix with the blade, and this broader end is to hold by the surgeon. And this, there are some corrugations here. This is for the firm grip by the finger, the thumb. This gives a firm grip so that the BP knife cannot easily slip away from the hand. Then a flat handle, one end is being narrower and junction being oblique. Narrow end is grouped on either side for attaching a BP blade. Serrations near end for better grip. Okay. Then BP handle. These BP handle are commonly found in 3 sizes. Number 3, number 4, and 7. There are other sizes, actually there were other sizes which are nowadays not available. Nowadays we use only these 3 sizes, 3, 4, and 7. Remember, 7 and 3 is almost same. Just 7 is long and 3 is short. Just difference is this. You see, this 7 is longer than this 3. Otherwise, the 2 are same. This longer handle is used when we work on a deep aspect, such as within the abdominal cavity. The deep abdominal cavity, at that time, we can use this long handle. Otherwise, for the surface, for the abdominal wall or chest wall or the neck, etc., we use either 3 or 4, only these 2 instruments. Then there is only 2 types of instrument handle, 3 or 4, and 7 is virtually an elongated version of 3. This number is important because all the blades are not attached to all the handle. We'll come to this later on. Now, for now, please listen that we have these 2 types of handle. Hello. Okay. Then this is a BP handle. It is used to fix or to attach to the BP blade to make it a BP knife. This is sterilized by autoclaving. And what is this instrument?
Straight artery forceps.
Yeah, it is an artery forceps, or better you can say it is hemostatic forceps. Artery forceps is okay. We accept the answer that this is an artery forceps, but better term is a hemostatic forceps. Because this is not only used for artery, it can be used also for veins and etc. But okay, we accept the term artery forceps, but better term is hemostatic forceps. Okay, this is a hemostatic forceps, a straight hemostatic forceps. Hemostatic forceps may be of various size, small, medium, large. Nowadays, it is mentioned according to the length of the instruments, such as 7 centimeter long, 9 millimeter long, 10 millimeter long, centimeter, not millimeter. There are also the straight forceps and curved forceps. And there are some peculiarity of an hemostatic forceps. Actually, most of the surgical instrument has got three parts. One is this part is the working area, working part. This is the blade or the working area, and this part is the handle for holding with the hand. This part is handle and this is the blade, and this part is the junction. This is we call joint, or you can also say fulcrum. This is a curve of hemostatic forceps. This may be large, medium, small, or mosquito. This is also a hemostatic forceps. Then see, this part is the blade, and this is the joint or fulcrum, and this part handle. This part is known as shaft, and this area obviously to provide the finger. These are finger bows. This is the finger bows. Then most of the instrument, you have these three parts. One part is working part, one is the joint or fulcrum, and one is shaft. And some of the instrument has got the bows or not, and this area is known as ratchet. Some instrument has got ratchet, some instrument has not got this. These are the classical parts of any surgical instrument, mostly. Then ratchet. In hemostatic forceps, there is a ratchet. What is the use of this? Yeah, to lock. To fix the instrument firmly, to lock. If there is no fulcrum, that means there is no locking system, does not need locking. When we use lock, when you use lock to your almirah or to your suitcase, etc., when? Okay, in a human body, everything is precious. Actually, when you are absent, if you are present, then you need not to lock it. That is the thing. We lock when we use these things and then we do other things, not holding this. It is for a long time use. Okay. And another thing is this blade and fulcrum. You see, this is the blade, this is the fulcrum, and this is the shaft. This shaft from here to here, and from here to here, fulcrum and blades are almost equal in length. Just remember this thing. This part and this parts are almost equal in length. Okay? Then this is a part of a hemostatic forceps. Remember this part, the blades, the joint, the shaft, and the ratchet. Because you will, in future, you will need to remember these things. Okay, I think my time is over for today. This much. Thank you all. Do you have any questions? না কখনোই তো কোনো কোশ্চেন থাকে না আপনাদের ওকে হ্যাভ এ গুড ডে
Thank you, sir.
থ্যাংক ইউ অল স্টে সেফ